What's up, YouTubers? So today we're going to be talking about let go and letting God. Taking it to the Lord in prayer. You don't know what God has in store for you. But before we begin, basically I've been held up for the past week, so I really haven't been able to make a video. So they kind of did put a little damper on this Black History thing I got going on. But I'm back, and we're gonna be hitting it hot and heavy. But so letting go, letting God. I couldn't really find any good videos that I wanted to link up, or any good songs that were short enough to link up and prove this point. But basically the whole thing is, there seems to be this recurring theme across all churches, very much recurring across black churches, about letting go and letting God. I remember, I recall a sermon that I was in church. This was years ago. Before I lost my faith. When I was actually hearing this sermon, the sermon was about, you're gonna have pains in life, you're gonna have heartaches in life. There are gonna be some things that you don't understand that you're going to be struggling with, and that the solution to this is to simply just let go, do not worry about it, to hand it over to God, because that's why Jesus died on the cross. That's why God is there. Essentially, just take all of your struggles and just give it to God, and He's going to take care of it. You got to let go and let God. And of course, anyone ever seen one of these sermons, particularly in the black church, you know how crazy it can get. But they say things like, oh, this person, he had cancer. Doctor said there wasn't no hope. He let go and let God. Now he's cured. It just gets to be basically redundant and ridiculous. Because what the philosophy is teaching is to basically have no concern whatsoever that when there is a problem, when you are faced with a problem, instead of approaching this problem, do a rational, logical standpoint and try to solve this problem, do this rational, logical standpoint, or get help through a rational and logical way. Just let go and let God. Seek help through religious convictions, through an imaginary being. That does not make any sense, and not only that, it doesn't help the situation, especially if this person is suffering from some type of illness, or this person is suffering from alcohol abuse. These people, they need some medical attention. They need psychiatric attention. All this whole mess about let go and let God is counterproductive and can be very dangerous to this person's well-being and even other people's well-being, with this crazy philosophy of let go and let God. That was a freaking sermon. I was watching a Tyler Perry movie, Meet the Browns. Also, it was on the movie Daddy's Little Girl. You guys may have seen this movie where they was giving a sermon about just when you feel like you're about to break. Basically saying you're having so many problems in your life and you feel like you can't handle it anymore, you're about to go through a breakdown. The preacher sitting there saying, don't break, because you're about to come through your breakthrough. God is about to put something in your life that you did not see coming. What? No. These people need to get help with whatever problem that they're going through. They need to seek some verbal comfort, but also some psychiatric assistance in some of these cases. A mental breakdown is no joke. It's no laughing matter. And if you think that God is going to magically cure you of this, you're out of your freaking mind. And going to the pastor for guidance in this is definitely not a great, reliable source. Letting go and letting God. Don't break, because you're about to come to your mental breakthrough. One of the songs we sung a lot when I was going to church, before I finally gave up all that bullshit, we always sing, what a friend we have in Jesus. Well, think about what the song is actually saying for a second. It's saying that all this needless pain we bear, basically saying that all the pain, all the suffering we go through is needless because we can take it to God in prayer. We can take it to Jesus. Well, first off, God does not answer prayers. You're praying to absolutely nothing. There is nothing there, so He doesn't answer your prayers. So everybody who's yelling right now saying, "Oh, He does answer my prayers," I know because my prayers been answered. You full of shit. Your prayers was not answered, not by God. You are fucking full of shit. But moving on, though, He does not answer prayers. He does not send miracles and breakthroughs. These things can all be explained. People just decide not to accept the rational explanation because it basically brings comfort and reassurance that their faith is real if they don't accept the rational explanation. I'm telling black people, I've been hearing the sermon lately about, you can't understand what God has planned for you. And I seem to always now hear this recurring thing coming from people where they got them from the church. My cousin and the sister, they all now seem to want to go to this new church in the neighborhood called New Hope. And what this church seems to be preaching a lot of is that you don't know what God got planned for you, and that you basically have to be patient, and saying that atheists are not patient, and that's their problem. Well, and then they also like to preach that people tend to get so educated that they think they know more than God. This is the most stupidest ass excuse I have ever heard from the religious fools. You're basically saying that education is a bad thing. Basically, what you are saying is that no matter how much education we can get, you can never understand God. So basically what you're doing is you're covering for God. You know that God that this whole God delusion is full of shit. It's all bullshit. You know that the story is not adding up. So the way you account for all of this, the way you account for this dilemma, this major problem you have, is you say you can't understand everything that God understands. It's the same thing of saying that the reason why this is the way it is or that this is the way it is because God made it so. Don't worry about it. The world was created in 6 days. Well, everything in the planet was created in 6 days. The universe was created in 6 days. But it doesn't add up. Don't worry about it. You don't understand what God got in mind for you. You don't understand what God's doing. You can never understand what God did. You get educated all you want, but you'll never be smarter than God. God is not real. God is a delusion. He was made up. And now you are basically frowning upon and punishing, essentially, the people who go out, get an education, and then say, hey, this God thing is not real. I probably won't run out of time, and I hope not, so I'm going to make this happen quick. Quick, fast, and within a hurry, even if I have to do some cutting of some parts. But I was watching a film, and I forget what it was called, but this lady, she got very educated. She left her family to go out pursuing an education. And when she came back, this is a black family, she told her mother that, well, some conversation came up where she basically said that God is not real, it's all one big delusion. And the mother overheard this, and she was very upset, and she slapped the daughter and made the daughter say that in this house, God is real. Basically saying in her mother's house, God is very much real and very much still there. And I was like, wow, really? Is this how you want to do your kids? Is this the kind of fear and so-called discipline that you want to instill in them, is to believe in fear, some imaginary psychotic freak? I don't think so.